Hello, hello, crafty friends. Today I'm coming on to share with you an outgoing swap hosted by Toni, who is Craft Purge here on YouTube. And it is a carnival and summer themed swap with a very quick turnaround time. We had to pick 4 items from her list and package it up really cute. So I was absolutely thrilled to get in on this swap because I've been dying to do a swap with Maggie Holmes Carousel. This is a crepe paper collection and it's a little bit older. I'm going to say it's 6 or 7 years old, maybe even a little bit older than that. You can still find people who are selling it every now and again in a D-stash. Otherwise, you have to get the digital version, which I'm thinking of doing since I'm running very low and actually missing a lot of pieces at this point. So anyway, I'm going to dive right in. I was thinking all about packaging this time, and I hope I did a good job. So one of the things that I wanted to play with and make, because I've had the die and haven't had the opportunity to make it, is the Ticket mini album from Scrap Diva. I decided not to make a mini album out of it, but to use a gift box, which is also a Scrap Diva die, and use this to house my die cuts. So one of the items that we could choose were 10 layered die cuts, and so I've decorated the top here. I did not make it a shaker, but I did layer it all up and put things up on foam. I used these acrylic pieces from the ephemera collection that were made by Ebony, the Rosette Guru, and they're just adorable. I love them. You can use one of those little mini drills and make these into charm dangles, or you can just use them like I have as embellishments. So anyway, I've put a little tab on here because this is difficult to open otherwise. But inside, I've put my layered die cuts, which, excuse the mess, but I'm just going to dump them out. So I've made a couple of cute little things. I try to all keep in theme with the Carousel paper collection. So I've made this little mini camera. I've made this swan with a vellum what do you call that, a wing. I made 2 of those actually, and I did include crowns for them in here. I didn't glue them on in case the recipient doesn't want that look. I made 2 carousel horses, one of glitter and one of this textured paper. It's like flocked. Thought that was cute, and I used this rickrack cutting die to make the carousel pole. I think they turned out kind of cute, and they are layered. All layered up. I've made this little mini hot air balloon and another camera. This is the larger size one. I've made a popcorn, and I used glitter, and I inked some white cardstock, put the word yummy on the front there, and just put these additional, this is a little dimensional as well as being layered. I've made an ice cream bar, and I'm leaving these kind of plain again so that my recipient can do what they want with them. And instead of putting sprinkles on here, I put some holographic sequins. I've made 2 of these tents, which is a KS craft die. These can also be made into shakers. I did not do that. These are just layered die cuts for the recipient. And all of these I've used glitter paper, matte gold, and colors from the collection and papers from the collection. I also made this sweet carousel. This die is literally just 1 piece, so you have to cut this the 3 times and just cut and paste to make this layered look. And it's a little flimsy, so you do have to layer it up a few times. Like, well, it's not flimsy, it's just delicate. So those are my die cuts. And like I said, I included some crowns they can put on their either carousel horse or on the swan, if they so choose. I don't know where the rest of them went. Maybe they're stuck in there. Oh, yeah, they are. So that's how I'm gifting my die cuts in this cute little box. I have always wanted to make this carousel gift box. This is an older KS Craft cutting die, and it's pretty easy to put together. It is slightly intimidating only because it's a lot of pieces, but they go together really easily. Like this roof is 6 pieces and you just glue them together, score and glue, and then layer on top with your patterned paper. I think it turned out really cute. It does not come with the cutout window. I used a die from my stash to do that and put some pink holographic mylar behind it. It does come with the carousel horse and all the layering pieces for it. So I've used, again, the colors from the collection and made each one different, because I know part of the fun of picking your carousel horse is finding the one that matches your personality, right? So on the top, I've literally just, this is a pick, and I put it through the bead and hot glued it in there. I didn't cut this part off. I'm just gonna leave it there. I think if they were careful and they wanted to take it off, they could. So I didn't highly embellish anything, and I would love to. I love that Maggie Holmes super layered, really busy look, but not everybody does, so I tried to keep things a little bit on the simple side. Inside this box, I'm gifting my bows. So that was another thing we had to choose from on the list. So I've made a combination of fabric bows and paper bows. So I just thought this wired ribbon, which I don't even know where I got this from, not sure, really went well with the collection. And I just, for the center, put some gold twine. I just thought this was perfect. It has little tiny gold polka dots, and it's in all the colors of the collection. So that's one of the fabric bows. Let me see if I can grab all the fabric bows first. This is another one. I felt like it was really Maggie Holmes and very carousel with the kind of diamond pattern in gold and pink. So that's cute. And I made, of course, the black and white, which is always a Maggie Holmes look. There's always a little bit of black and white patterned in her collections, and in this paper collection there is a black and white stripe. So these are a little bit on the bigger side, but I think they're fun, so I hope my recipient likes them. And then I made 4 paper bows of mixing the patterns of the collection. 3 are the same and 1 is different. So, and I put a gold rose cabochon in the middle of this one. I love this bow. This is a little challenging to put together, I have to say, unless you use thinner paper. But all of them, I've put that same gold twine, I'm going to call it twine, for lack of a better word, in the center. So I've used different patterned papers on each one. So there you see that. And then also as a little bonus, I am including 2 tassels that I made to go with this collection, a large one and a small one. So this one, I just felt like it really went with this whole collection. It's a yarn tassel. I've used that gold twine again, a black and white bead, and then I've hung this hot air balloon from the heart lobster clasp. I think that's adorable. So, and then I've made a smaller one, and this is a make 2 get 2, so I did make 2, and the things are pretty much the same, slightly different. And then I have this one with the swan and the white bell. So that's a little bonus they're getting. Oops, sorry, I keep knocking my tripod. Okay, so that's how I'm gifting the bows. I will put them back in there nicer. Okay, and then another thing I chose from the list was to make bag toppers. I found these really adorable popcorn boxes, I believe at the Dollar Tree. or it could have been at Target, but I think it was Dollar Tree. And they came in pink and white striped and teal polka dot and another color. But anyway, I got the pink and white striped, and I made a rosette from one of the papers and just layered it up with some of the ephemera. I gave my little bunny, carousel bunny, a pom-pom tail, and layered her with a ticket. I have this really fun trim that matches this collection exactly, that I just put around the box. So, and inside the box, I have my bag toppers. Oh, and a pen I made. And I made this shred to match the collection that will go in the packaging as well, in the overall packaging. So you were supposed to just make one bag topper. I made two. I'm going to take it out because the glare is just horrific today. I've made the ticket bag topper. I believe this is KS Craft as well. So I've just used one of the patterned papers. I've used my Dollar Tree foam board and made another one of those small hot air balloons and put some diamond dots and gemmies on it. And these are flocked clouds. I put some yellow behind it just so you could really see it. The die comes with this sentiment, admit one, the ticket bag topper does, and I've made this a shaker. I don't know if you can see the pattern paper in the background, but it is the zebra. I love that paper. So I think that's a really cute bag topper. And I've made another one, and it's the same bag topper. I've just decorated it differently. I've used that same swan, which is part of another bag topper die from KS Craft, and it's two swans facing each other, and you can just use the swan part as an embellishment, which is what I've done for this swap. So this is a shaker bag topper, and it's on this cute patterned paper. The swan foiled paper from the 6x8 pad is in the background. I've layered her up with this ticket, gave her a crown, and also a carousel pole using the Rick Rack die cutting set from KS Craft. So I love how that turned out. I didn't give it a sentiment. Again, like I said, I'm lightly embellishing things, hoping that my recipient has this collection, or at least has an interest in receiving this collection. It's not for everybody. I don't think Maggie Holmes is for everybody. So anyway, that's my next item. Oh, and I also made this little pen. I had ordered some focal beads, silicone focal beads from Amazon that were supposed to be Ferris wheels, and this is what I got instead. So rather than go to the trouble of returning my, $6 item, I've made the best of it. So I made this little pen and added these silicone beads, and I just thought it looked cute. Popped out of the top of my popcorn box. Okay, I also made a sequin mix, which you'll see in my next item, which is my shakers. And I decided to package it up kind of like a cotton candy cone or a snow cone bottom. I just took a piece of mylar acetate and sewed a cone, dumped in my mix, and sewed the top, and then added it to this doily. Layered it with a rosette and this balloon dog and a bunch of the ephemera from the collection and a crepe paper rosette there. Made this little bow and add some streamers. I just think it's really cute. It's kind of like a combo sequin mix wand. I don't know. Anyway, I think it turned out really cute. Just very Maggie Holmes-ish without being too crazy. It's crazy, but it's not too crazy. Anyway, I cut the balloon dog out of the cover of the 6x8 paper pad. I don't waste anything in these collections that are no longer in print. I use every little bit. I'm been known to pick the trash just to cut something on on something that's, you know, really small too. So anyway, that's how I'm doing my sequin mix. I love how that turned out. I also found these like little French fry holders, I guess you'll call them, at Target. It's part of the new Kate Spade collection. These were a little pricey, I'm not gonna lie, and I'll just, you know, use them sparingly. It was not a Dollar Tree thing, but super cute because when you pull it out, it has a little sentiment in the back. I need a refill. I thought that was super cute. And the black and white polka dots, I just thought really went well with this collection. I will get a lot of use out of these, even though I don't remember what I paid for them, but they were not cheap. So again, I decorated the front of this little box with a rosette made from the paper in the collection, piece of the ephemera, which I inked the edges. I cut this out of the paper, out of the one-sided sheet paper, because I just, you know, I'm trying to spread it around, you know what I mean? These are like these little puffy stars. I think everybody was hauling from Temu, and I got some in a swap. Thought they looked really cute. Another piece of the ephemera, and this is a pick. It's like a toothpick from a circus collection that was, I think it's Mary Mary maybe, and I got it at Home Goods a couple years ago to go with a different paper collection that I have. It's actually a Valentine's circus collection. So I just thought that looked cute there though. So this is the way I'm gifting my shakers. So my fourth item I picked was shakers, and you were supposed to just make one. I made a few. I just couldn't stop, and I was so excited to play with this collection. I wanted to keep making. I did emboss some vellum with this like banner embossing folder, and it turned out okay. It's kind of flimsy, but I made the popcorn die, and I believe this is KS Craft too. And I made it a shaker and layered this all up again with my ink, yellow inked white cardstock in the back this time, and just made those little extra kernels three-dimensional with some pop dots and the sentiment yummy. So that's one of the shakers I'm including. I made this Polaroid picture. I'm gonna open it because the glare is so bad. If I can figure out how to open it. Yeah, well, that's always an issue for me, isn't it? Sorry. All right, maybe I'm not opening it. I'm sorry. I can't figure out how to open it. Anyway, it's made from glitter. I used a piece of the paper in the background with the Ferris wheel. This is another one of those acrylic pieces from the ephemera, and layered it up. Put that sentiment celebrate on there and a little button up in the corner, and it's a shaker. Thought that was super cute. So that's another shaker I'm including. And then I've made one more shaker and bag topper to go on it. This one, I love this bag topper. I've only clipped it on with a paper clip, so this can be reused. This is a KS Craft bag topper I made from the pattern paper, and then I layered it up with some of the tickets and the ticket sheet from Carousel. Cut my own tickets, stitched them, put this word tickets on there. This comes with the ticket bag topper, a die set, and again used just a couple of pieces of ephemera to make it look really cute, and that sweet pom-pom trim again. I am gifting Toni a whole bunch of this pom-pom trim as part of her hostess gift, but you'll have to watch her video to see what I sent her. I am not including that in this video. So, and then this is my last shaker that I made. This is the the cotton candy cutting die from KS Craft. I guess she did like a whole circus theme at one point, probably around the time that Oh, again, another one of these packages I can't open. That carousel came out. So this is adorable. I love this. So this is a shaker. Another one of these acrylic pieces from Ebony. And I put the velvet bow on the handle from Hobby Lobby. This is one of the pieces of ephemera in the collection. I tied a little yellow twine bow behind it. I wanted to bring some of the yellow in. And I made this little tiny fake cotton candy from a piece of yarn. And I rolled my own little cone from the paper. So I think that turned out really cute. I love it. This one's going to be hard to send off because I know this video isn't doing the colors any justice, but it's beautiful in person. So those are my shakers. And again, I think I was only supposed to make one, but I'm going overboard because I just love this paper collection and had so much fun creating with it. To put my card for my swap partner, I made this little tag, and there's a pocket here where I'm going to put a card I made in it. So I love this paper. This is one of the papers from the collection. It's so pretty. If you had to do a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout, oh, this paper would be gorgeous for a carnival, day at the carnival kind of a thing. I hung some little charms off the side. It's all kind of tangled up right now, but this is Dollar Tree ribbon, some Hobby Lobby little acrylic heart stickers, and I attached some trim, layered it up on a rosette, put the word fun. This word fun comes with the tent die set that I showed you in the die cuts, and this is a piece of ephemera from the Carousel collection. So I love this. I love this tag. I will put my maker's mark on the back and a little card for my swap partner in there. And I'm just including one little last thing. These are something I had in my stash, these little cupcake liners that were part of this circus collection. I'm gifting my swap recipients some of those mistakenly obtained silicone, I guess they're elephants. Yeah, I don't know, they look kind of bizarre, but, and then a little thing of some charms, and again, another package I can't open. I have issues, sorry. These are all just kind of goes with the theme, bows, carousel. I think there's another I love this carousel, by the way. This one's really pretty. Golds. I don't know if it's focusing. Nope. Some swans, gummy bears, a circus tent, a little jester hat. Yeah, just some little cutie things that I thought I'd share since I'm not really good at making dangles. I'll just share the goodies and they can make one themselves. So that's everything I've created. I hope this inspires you, and I hope you like everything I made. If you get a chance, check out Toni at Craft Purge for her reveal. It will include what I sent her and all of the other swap recipients swaps. So I hope you like this. Had a great day.